All right, I literally made a decision to make this video 30 seconds ago. I said, you know what? I'm going to make this video. It's long overdue. And I'm going to make this video. And I'm going live right now. Boom, boom, boom. Then I put it together. So, even though it's live, we've got somebody just jumped on. I'm going to just go. The majority of the people are going to catch this on a replay. Then I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So, from the business point of view, EXP Realty. Let me start off by saying the following. Great company. My goodness. Amazing company. So, when I say EXP Realty Truth Bomb, it's because I'm going to lay out some truths about EXP Realty that are powerful, right? Some positive things about them. Are there negatives to EXP Realty? Of course there is. There's negatives to everything, right? But I don't really see the negatives in my opinion. And FYI, I'm not even an EXP real estate agent, right? So that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind. So I'm not an EXP real estate agent. I'm going to keep these on. These are my blue light glasses. I have 20/20 vision, but they block out the blue light. I spend more time in a computer now than I would like, to be honest. Even though working from home and closing deals from home, I'm in my home office now. Even though it's cool, you know, that's one of the things I don't like about it. It's a little bit too much time on the screen. So anyways, EXP Realty Truth Bomb. So where do I start? I mean, I'll start with my experience. There was a gentleman, and by the way, you want to stick around to the end of the video because imagine if you were able to have a time machine that you could go back in the past to get rich. That's literally what I'm going to talk about at the end of this video. And I think a lot of you are going to be able to agree with me that that is indeed the case. EXP Realty, back in 2014, maybe 2015, I was in San Antonio with a network marketing company that I was building. And then I had this couple. I won't mention their name, but their initials are, the man's initial is S, the lady's initial is T. I won't mention their names because they're still in the company and they're doing incredibly well with EXP Realty. I mean, deca millionaires, okay? So anyways, what happens is that these people joined my organization. They were real estate agents for Keller Williams Realty, and we were at the DoubleTree Hotel. It was either the DoubleTree Hotel or the Embassy Suites in the city of San Antonio. And we were having an event there, and my buddy Doug brings them and introduces them to me. And he says, hey, let me introduce you to Mr. S and Mrs. T. Let's just call them that. How you doing? They're real estate agents with Keller Williams. And they've been doing real estate for a long time. They do well. They make 6 figures a year, right? He told me this on the side. And he says, but they're pretty burnt out. They've been doing sales for a long time, and they want to try to build a residual income. And they used to be involved in network marketing many years ago. Long story short, they joined our team. A month later, they're gone. So I asked my buddy Doug, hey, whatever happened to Mr. S and Mrs. T? And he says, well, what happened to them is that they went and they joined this little real estate company called EXP Realty. Apparently, it's kind of like a network marketing company, but for real estate, right? And I said, really? Interesting. Well, good luck to them. You know, hey, God bless them. Didn't think anything of it. 2 years go by, 2017, maybe close to 2018. The same guy, Doug, comes to me and says, hey, JC, remember Mr. S and Mrs. T? And I said, yes, of course. He says, do you know how much money they're making right now? And I says, no, how much? I'm thinking he's going to tell me, 30 grand a month, 40 grand a month. He says, they're making $200,000 per month right now. They've got X amount of real estate agents on their team, and they are crushing it, and they earned a bunch of stock options. JC, this is 2017, right? But in 2015, he told me to buy some of their stock. He says, hey, they really believe in this company. The stock in 2015 was about 10 cents, if my memory serves me right. Last week, EXP stock hit $99. If anybody knows about EXP stock, type in the comments here what it is today if you know. In 2015, Doug tells me, buy this stock. I believe this is going to be huge. Buy this stock. It was between 7 and 10 cents. Let's call it 10 cents. Last week, it hit $99. So Mr. S and Mrs. T were raking it in. They were building they were talking to other agents. It's a new company. For those of you guys that don't know what EXP is, I'm going to tell you what EXP is. EXP, in my opinion, is the best real estate company that has ever existed. It is here's what it is. They pay I'm going to take 2 minutes to explain this. They pay the agent, and by the way, I'm not a part of EXP. FYI, I'm not a part of EXP. It's $112. Is that what it is, Ben? EXP Realty is a cloud-based real estate company. That's what we're going to. Here's the deal. Man, it's so much information. I want to kind of put it in the right order. I don't know who it was. It was one of the billionaires in America that said, if you want to get wealthy, find out where the masses are going and get there first. By the way, Mr. S and Mrs. T are worth $200 million right now. FYI, this story's going to get good. I met them as frustrated real estate agents for Keller Williams, wanted to build a passive and a residual income. In 2015, they were six-figure earners, $150,000 a year, something like that, maybe $200,000. Fast forward 6 years, they're worth $200 million. That's a story I'm going to tell you right now. Then I'm going to tell you how we can get in a time machine and have that same opportunity, man. This is, man. So watch this. I'm going to actually, on my podcast, it's going to be one of I just ordered all the equipment for my podcast. I got 2 podcast rooms plus in my house. My podcast launches next month. So anyways, he tells me buy the stock in 2015. It was between 7 to 10 cents. Right around there if my memory serves me right, but it was pennies, okay? I don't buy it. I said I was going to buy it, but I didn't. I procrastinated. I didn't think it'd be what it is now. So what EXP Realty is, it's a cloud-based real estate company like Amazon. We are moving to a cloud-based world. Look at Uber. You don't call a taxi, you call an Uber. And Uber is a cloud-based company, right? They don't own cars. It's the biggest taxi company in the world. Look at now EXP Realty, for example. They're number 3 biggest real estate company in the world. I believe that within 24 months, they're going to beat all companies. They're going to not only beat them, I think they're going to smoke them. They're going to smoke them. Why? Because there's no army more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And by the way, EXP agents, you're welcome. Because you should share this video with people. I'm not even a part of EXP. I'm going to join EXP, but I'm not a part of EXP right now. I'm going to get my license. My wife's going to get her license. I'm not going to go out there selling real estate, but I'm going to build a sales organization with EXP. But that's going to be in a few months. I'm saying this because there's a bigger message behind this. And I'm going to tell you what that message is. How can we get in a time machine and go back? Imagine if you knew the lottery numbers and you were able to go back with the winning lottery numbers. How many of you guys would be rich? A lot of people would be rich, right? So guess what? That's the type of opportunity we're talking about. And by the way, I got some friends that own real estate companies. They're probably not going to be fans of this video. And you guys know I love you guys, man. You guys know that I come from the network marketing background. So it's not a surprise to you that I like the EXP model. Okay. So anyways, here's the deal, right? So what happens is they started focusing. They started building. As of right now, they're making over $250,000 per month in passive income without making a sale. I believe the rules with EXP Realty is that you have to do one sale every 6 months in order to qualify for your override. So they pay the agent 80% of the commission. Everybody makes 80% of the commission across the board. And then out of the 20% the company keeps, they use, I believe it's half of it, to pay 7 levels deep. So we're talking about 7 levels deep commissions, $500 commissions, $200 commissions, $1,000 commissions, depends on the size of the sale, right? But it's 7 levels deep, like a network marketing company. It's not an MLM, because in an MLM, you get paid for the act of recruiting. With EXP Realty, they don't pay you for simply recruiting people. Somebody could join your business. They're not going to pay you a dime. You make money when real estate is sold. So it's a direct sales company. It's not an MLM company. The point is, they're currently number 3. I believe it was founded in 2009. They went public in 2013. Okay? And right now, their stock is over $100, okay? So as this happens, he's telling me about it, and I'm like, man. Now, I've been involved, most of you guys know, I've been involved in network marketing for a long, long time. So being involved in network marketing, I've made millions of dollars in my career. I've built teams of over 100,000 people. And frankly, about a year ago, 2 years ago, I was pretty disappointed with the industry. And I was considering getting my real estate license and going into real estate. Why? Because I can make $20,000, $30,000 a month selling real estate, just selling real estate. But additionally, I wanted to build a sales team. And there is no other company on planet Earth, no other real estate company on planet Earth that you can make $300,000, $400,000 per month without selling real estate. Because the broker has leverage in a traditional company. The broker has leverage. The agents have no leverage. So if I'm an agent and I bring my buddy, the brokers, the owners, the company, they're going to make the money, not the agent themselves. That's why I wouldn't join a traditional real estate company, because I'm all about leverage. I want to help and train and bring and sell the vision to other people and override a piece. I want a fraction of the action. I want a piece for my niece. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my mindset, override income. I love getting paid on work that I didn't do. So naturally, real estate's this model is for me. So that's what they do. They say 80-20 is a split. Out of our 20%, we're going to pay 7 levels deep. So if you go out there and help us grow the company, you get a piece of the action. That's a fair deal, right? Versus before, the guy's thinking, well, I work for this company, I work for this other company, and if I bring somebody, I probably get a tap in the back and a thank you, which is cool. But I would much rather you give me some cold hard cash instead of a thank you. And not only cold hard cash, but cold hard cash on an ongoing basis. Not only that guy, but the people that he brings on board. And that's only fair. That's what I love about EXP. And so additionally, here's what they did in the beginning. And I think they still do this now, which was awesome. It was genius. They call it an agent-owned real estate brokerage. And it's true. Why? Because when they went public, they told people you can earn stock options. How? By simply making sales. On your first sale, you get X amount. I believe the sale of anybody you brought on board, you make some stock options. When you do X amount of sales for the year, guess what? You get paid some stock options. When you make a bigger amount of sales, you get some stock options. So not my buddy, but my acquaintance, Mr. S and Mrs. T, they went out there and crushed it. They made a lot of sales. They helped a lot of people make sales. They grew the company. They earned a bunch of free stock. And guess what? They got a bunch of stock at 10 cents, 7 cents, 20 cents, $1. What's it worth now? It's worth over $100. Last week it hit $99. Right now, that couple was a regular real estate agent a couple of years ago, making $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year. Currently today, the guy lives in Costa Rica and in Texas, right? He goes back and forth from the two places, and he's worth $200 million today. 6 years, 200 million with a positive cash flow of $250,000 per year. It's never been done before. Never been done before. Imagine Uber did that. Hey man, drive for Uber and we'll pay you a fraction of the action. We're going to give you a piece for your niece, right? Of the other drivers that you refer. There was a company that tried to do it. Rob McNulty was the CEO, so that wasn't going to work. You saw that from a mile away, get a crash if you're smart and you know what you're talking about. But the point is this. It's a public company crushing it. Within 24 months, they'll be number one. There's a lot of real estate brokers. There's a lot of real estate agents right now that are scoffing. It's a little MLM. Mark my words. In 24 months, a lot of those scoffers, they will be in the company. I'm not saying that everything is going to be EXP. There's always going to be other companies. For sure. However, the opportunity, and here's where the punchline comes in. However, the opportunity for a real estate, if I were to become a real estate agent, this is just my opinion based on my experiences, EXP Realty is a way to go. I would get an EXP Realty I used to be a realtor. When you sell real estate, you transact and you communicate with other agents in every single transaction. So guess what? You're dealing with people that you could bring on board to your team, and they have the exact same opportunity that you've got. They don't have a lesser opportunity because they're a part of your team. They have the exact identical opportunity that you do. With that being said, I was a year ago considering, I called a friend of mine who's a real estate broker, very popular. I said, hey bro, I'm thinking of leaving real estate and I'm thinking of getting my real estate license going to EXP. Why don't you and I partner up, turn your brokerage into an EXP brokerage? And let's crush it. We will crush it. Within 2 years, we'll be at $100,000 a month override income and growing every single month. He considered it. And I said, listen, think about it. Get back to me. Long story short, another friend of mine calls me. He says, hey, man, why don't you start your own solar dealer? I said, I'm considering that. I'm considering leaving the industry of network marketing for the first time in my life, right? And he says, we are the EXP of the solar industry. That got me. I said, bullshit. Tell me why you say that. He says, simple. We saw their success, and a year and a half ago, we copied their model. Actually, at the time, it was less than a year ago. When he said this to me, it was less than a year ago. As of right now, it's a year and a half ago. He says, we copied their model. You know how they pay multiple levels deep? We pay multiple levels deep, but for solar. Not only that, we're going public in 2022. Our trajectory, where we're at right now, is faster than their trajectory. That model works. EXP is not a Me Too company, which is a positive thing. This solar company, Powur, is not a Me Too company either, meaning we have no competition. Nobody else is doing what we're doing the way we're doing it. EXP Realty, nobody's doing what they're doing, right? With giving the agents the ability to own the company, giving the agents the ability to get paid 7 levels deep, giving all of the things that they offer. They are like the Amazon to traditional business. Would you rather be the owner of Amazon or be the owner of Sears? Would you rather be the owner of the biggest taxi company in the world or be the owner of taxis? The biggest taxi company in the world, or be the owner of Uber? Obviously, Uber and Amazon, right? What those companies are, what Amazon is to traditional stores and what Uber is to traditional taxi business is what EXP is to traditional real estate and what Powur Energy is to the traditional solar model. So when he tells me this, I said, solar's a lot easier to sell. Solar's barrier to entry is a lot less. You don't need a license to sell solar. And the commissions are the same. The average commission is $7,000 to $20,000. And the sale's a lot easier. It's a recession-proof industry. I'm not looking for buyers and sellers. I'm looking for any homeowner that has an electric bill. So I got a lot more people to sell to, and I got a lot less people to compete against. And we're not going public. So guess what? When we do go public, this company also pays a bunch of levels deep as well. In addition to that, we're going public next year. I've already earned a ton of stock. I just signed a contract for the stock I earned last year. And this year, I plan to earn 10,000 shares minimum of that stock. And we're going public. Now, can I tell you what that stock is going to be worth in the future? Of course not. I cannot say that. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. Right? Just like we don't know where EXP stock is going to be in a year from now. I predict it's only going to go up. I believe that is the future of real estate. I believe that the smartest real estate people are going to join EXP or a model like EXP. If somebody creates a competition, but it's been, 12 years. They were founded in 2009. Nobody's copied them yet. So the time machine, what is a time machine? Imagine knowing what I know now is what I say to myself. Imagine knowing what I know now in 2015. Stock is at $100. Look at all of these success stories. There's people that are making a killing and they don't have to sell real estate anymore. It's a solid business model. It's a solid industry that will never go away. You know what I would have done if I knew then what I know now? I would have signed on the line that is dotted and I would have been a EXP real estate agent. But timing is everything. Right now, the timing is good. Back then, the timing was exceptional. Not good, not great, but exceptional. To me, I want exceptional timing. So very similar. You got real estate, you got solar. The solar industry, okay, right now, without us being public, look at the world where it's going. It is inevitable. We're going to a solar world. Glass on roofs is the future. There's no denying it, just like electric cars. Glass on roofs is the future. There's no debating that. So the industry is the right industry. It is a recession-proof industry. Look, mark my words. Before 2023, we will have another 2008. The real estate market's gonna tank. How can it not? Hundreds, millions of jobs gone, permanently gone. More money, we're printing more money per month than we used to print in a few years. The dollar's getting devaluated. There's millions of jobs gone. Unemployment at an all-time high. It's going to be a big bubble. Okay? The real estate market's going to crash. Now, that also leads to other opportunities. Those of you that are prepared, you can buy some real estate at a big discount, right? So more millionaires are created in a recession or a depression. So we're headed there. Before 2023, we will have a depression. Not a recession, a depression. Guess what? People will stop paying their mortgage. They'll stop paying their cable bill. But you know what they won't stop paying? Their light bill. Those lights will be on, and that fridge is going to keep the food cold even if they default on everything else. It's recession proof. So right now, I realize, and I saw this back in May. That's why I got started with Powur. I've got the fastest growing team in the entire company. On the 31st, I got a film crew coming over to my house to film my family and I for our testimonial of the incredible success that we've done. And this year, we're going to do millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in sales. And we're going to help people make more money on a weekly basis than most people make on a monthly basis. Mark my words, right? So, but an even bigger play than that, what I believe that a bigger play than that is the ability to go hard all 2020, all 2021, all 2022, earn a bunch of stock options. Because I believe that if we do even something close, which I believe we'll do something bigger, but even if we did something close to what EXP did, people are going to get very wealthy. Again, this is not a claim on where we're going to be because nobody knows. Only God knows, right? But if you look at renewable energy companies, the top renewable energy companies evaluations versus real estate companies, it's night and day. It's a way bigger industry, way bigger money. And then, so remember when we talked about if you want to get wealthy, find out where the masses are going to get there first. Okay. It's inevitable around the world. If you look at, for example, Asia had smartphones before we had smartphones. Then we get smartphones. Electric cars started over there first. Then we get electric cars. The Uber industry started in Asia first. Then it came here. I have a theory about Uber. The Uber guys were in Asia visiting. They saw the model. They said, we could duplicate this in America. Then they came out here and duplicated here. That's my theory. Guess what is also over there? Many, many years. Solar. In California, as of 2020, any new house being built in 2020 and beyond, any new home has to have solar. By 2035, every car must be electric. We're moving to solar and electric. So, inevitable, everybody agrees, nobody disagrees, unless they're not very smart. We're going to this world. So that's a right industry. Now that we've identified what the right industry, the question is, which is a right company inside of that industry? Let me tell you this. I don't want to be a transactional salesperson that's knocking on doors 10 years from now. 2031, I don't want to be knocking on doors, even if it's great money selling solar. Just like real estate. If I was a real estate agent, I don't want to be knocking on doors 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I don't want to be doing open houses in 2045. But what I do want to do is be in the right industry at the right time. See, in business and making money, I've been a millionaire 2 times over and lost it, and I'm doing it again. Okay? The money. One thing that I've learned is that when it comes to business and making money, the T in timing is significantly more important than the T in talent. It doesn't matter how talented you are. If timing is not on your side, your success is limited. You could be the salesperson, most motivated person, most charismatic person, most hardworking person in the world. But if you start selling pagers, you're not going to feed your family, man. Right? But if you're not the most talented person in the world, but you're in the right industry at the right time, you can make a ton more money than the most talented person, most disciplined person, etc. So now that we've identified solar is a right industry, okay, a respectable career. The next 2 decades is going to be dominated by this industry, by solar. What's the right company? What I want to do is I want to build a sales organization that continues to pay me over and over without me having to sell. And guess what? Anybody that I bring on board, they have the exact same opportunity that I do. They don't have a smaller commission because they're on my team. That is a problem with for those of you guys that know traditional solar, it's flawed. A guy joins a company. Let's say you join this company. Let's just say this is your commission. You build a team, you got to pay your guy this commission. That guy builds a team, he's got to pay his guy this commission. That guy builds a team, he's got to pay this guy this commission. Guess what? The guy that's 2 or 3 levels deep, you know what he's thinking? I'm getting ripped off. There's 2, 3, 4, 5 people above me that are getting a piece of the action. I'm going to go to another dealer and I'm going to negotiate myself a better split. That is the difference between EXP Realty and between Powur. We don't have that problem. Powur Energy says, look, man, you get paid like a dealer. You own your own business. 70-30 split on the cost of goods. You get wholesale pricing on everything. The warranties, the panels, the construction, the installation, everything. Wholesale. Whatever you sell above wholesale, you split that with the company 70-30. So you take 70, company takes 30. Out of the company's 30, half of that they pay in 6 levels of commissions, which is huge commissions because we're talking about solar. And let me tell you something. Solar is the easiest sale. It's easier than selling chocolates door to door when I was a kid. Solar is the only sale. Oh, so you better believe this is a recruiting video, but it's also an educational video. Solar is not a sales pitch. It's an IQ test, especially in California. Mr. Homeowner, you got a $250 bill. In 5 years, it's going to be $305. In 10 years, it's going to be $400. And it's always going to increase, right? Right here, you're taking that $250 bill down to $120. Oh, and it costs you $0 out of your pocket. Oh, and it never goes up. Oh, and when you pay it off, right, you got free electricity the rest of your life. How much it cost to get started? $0. You just got to sign on the line that is dotted. It's not a sale. It's an IQ test. It's the easiest sell in my life, right? So solar is the only sale that I've ever found that the person makes more money by buying it than by not. It costs you more money to not go solar than it does to go solar. If I sell you a life insurance, which everybody needs, if I sell you real estate, if I sell you an alarm, if I sell you a network marketing auto ship, I'm asking for more money to leave your household after you met me. But if I sell you solar and we take a $250 bill and we bring it down to $150, I am adding an additional $100 a month to your pocket. I got life insurance agents that say, hey man, I'm going to sell that because that's where we're going to find the extra money for people to put into their investment vehicles. Now, instead of them making their big life insurance commission, they made an additional $7,000 commission on the solar sale plus that big commission. So, hey man, I guess it all boils down to this. If you ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, after you watch this video, you can never say that you never were given an opportunity to get rich. You do not qualify to ever say that you were not given an opportunity to get rich. You can never say that ever again. This will show up in my memories. When this thing shows up in 2024, even 2023, and especially in 2025, we'll see how our company is doing, how many success stories, and where the price of the stock is going to be. And I'm going to share the heck out of this. And the last thing I'll say is this. Opportunities always look bigger going than they do coming. I'm going to say that again. Opportunities always look bigger after they've left us, after we've missed them, than when they were on the way. They always look bigger going than they do coming. So EXP Realty is a great company. Powur is a great company. The difference between the two, besides the obvious, real estate versus solar, we are not at $100 yet. There isn't a ton of people that you know already a part of it. Nobody, mark my words, especially when the real estate market crashes. The real estate market here, this cycle happens all the time. I was a real estate agent back from 2003 to 2008. December 2007, really. In December 2007, not only me, entire companies, truckloads of agents left the industry. Why? Because it got bad. That will 100% happen before 2023. Even worse, you know what the most obvious thing that these real estate agents are going to want to sell? Solar. Same commissions, recession-proof industry, and they already have a clientele to sell to that know, like, and trust them. Timing is more important than talent.